to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Thank you for coming on my show today.
Thank you for inviting me, Ms. Sparkle.
So, Ariel, tell our viewers what you do, because you're a little bit like me, where you got a podcast, you got a lot of things, and you do some cool stuff in entertainment and marketing. So, tell our viewers.
Yeah, so I'm kind of all over the place, but I like it. I'm a huge foodie, and so by day I work with a company called Spot Hopper, and basically it's an all-in-one marketing platform for restaurants. And so I really enjoy working for them. Very new company, started in 2015 and just like took off. And they're new to the Central Valley, so that's what really excites me about working with them.
So they started in one town and now they're branching into other towns, so it worked well.
Oh yeah, so they're based out in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And they just kind of like just exploded, across the map. So they have, we have East Coast customers, Midwest customers, and West Coast. Our West Coast customers right now are primarily Northern California, Southern California. And so we're venturing into the Central Valley because this is an untapped market of lots of local restaurant owners.
And it exploded. We just have so many.
Exactly. So I really enjoy working with this company. I love, just meeting new restaurant owners and just kind of, really blowing them up. It basically works the same way, doing a TikTok would work and, you blowing up the next day because, you've got all this attention on you. So that's why I really like, working with
the real reason is you like to eat the food. Come on.
No,
be real,
really,
no,
that is the real reason because like I said, I am a true foodie for sure. I literally have a food page for my TikTok.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's foodiebae_Ari, if you want to check that out.
I love that. Oh my gosh. This would be a very dangerous job for me.
Honestly, yeah, I literally need to get a gym membership ASAP. I'm not even playing with you. But yeah, I really enjoy working with them. Like I said, because I'm literally a foodie. I talk about food even on my podcast. So that's another thing that I do. As I mentioned to you, we're on the iHeartRadio podcast network. It's called Outside the Box. So with that, I'm talking to entrepreneurs, I'm talking to musicians, and I'm also talking to people in the foodie realm. So
I love that. And you talk to people all over the place, huh?
Yeah, all over the place. A lot of the people that I've talked to, honestly, they don't come out of the Central Valley.
Yeah, so that's what's cool about podcasting world, how you get to
exactly.
So you have a lot. So this is your Central Valley job, doing the food thing.
Exactly.
And then you get to do that. I love that. You keep it you're very cultural.
Yes. So it's Spot Hopper by day and podcast by night.
Love it. And so, okay, with the food, do a lot of restaurants reach out to you or you reach out to them? Who discovers who?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I reach out to them. I do a little stalking, I have to. But
when they hear about you, everyone's like, oh, okay, then they want you to come,
what? Yeah, it's the conversation is worth your time. What I do is explain the value, and that's what it's all about. You're not, you don't want to be so feature heavy, because when you talk about features, a lot of people think oh, well, you're just trying to sell me something, but that's not the case. What I'm portraying is showing you the value of what's going to happen for you. So let's say you are a very busy restaurant owner, and let's say you're in the back running the kitchen. Let's say you're in the front, managing the hostess desk. You shouldn't be doing that. And so with Spot Hopper, I like to bring in the value that not only is this going to give you, an actual process of what you're doing, but it's going to save you time, and you're going to get that time back and do the things, that you deserve to do. Because if I owned a restaurant, honestly, just to be honest, I wouldn't want to, feel like I have to work there. I just want to come by and check on everyone,
Right. So, wow. So you do a lot more than just feature them and stuff. So you actually help them run their business?
Yeah. So basically it is a tool for restaurant owners. So we're not a marketing firm or anything like that. Okay. It's a software. So it's a technology.
Oh.
Yeah, we're a tech company, and so it's really great, honestly. If a restaurant has a marketing agency that does like their social media for them, that's perfectly fine. We're never here to like compete with anybody. It's actually just to, you know, like I said, cut costs and just like put systems in place.
Like a new POS system?
Yeah, so there's those types of softwares out there. We don't deal with the POS. We link up with any type of software that the restaurant owner is using.
Okay.
We can basically share the platform with them. So it's not integrated, but it's shared, if that makes sense. So if a restaurant owner uses things like a POS system, like Toast, for example, that's a POS system. And so that's totally fine for them to do that. What we will do, what the tool will do for them is actually just promote the heck out of it. So usually Toast is used for online orders and things like that. So what we're able to do for the restaurant owner is to create what's called smart pop-ups. When you visit a website, you'll see a message saying, hey, we cater, it's summertime, you know, put those catering orders in. We'll also blast across your social media channels that you get to automate. So you'll get to pull really nice pictures from your library, and we are integrated with AI. So, and you know how sometimes you can't think of what you're going to say maybe for your Instagram post. Like, what do I put the caption? What hashtags do I use?
Right.
Cool thing about Spot Hopper, we have AI technology for that. And so whoever is on the back end of Spot Hopper running it for their Instagram and Facebook platform, they can literally just with the click of a button come up with the caption for the picture, and it will include the hashtags, and they can distribute this across Facebook, Instagram, emails, update their website through text messaging, all at the click of a button.
Oh my gosh, that sounds extremely easy.
It is. It's literally so easy. Honestly, like I have a 13-year-old, she could do it. She could run it on her own.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many restaurants do we have in the Central Valley?
A lot. We have a lot, and so that's why it's so exciting. Right now we have 7,000 customers, and we're going to double that by the end of this year.
I'm not surprised at all. So 7,000 customers in the Central Valley?
No.
Or
so
collectively?
Collectively we have over 7,000 customers. So by the end of the year,
at least over 7,000 here that could use you.
Exactly.
Desperately.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of great hidden gems. Like, for example, I just signed up a restaurant called Cocky's, which is downtown. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but we signed up Cocky's, that is located on Van Ness and Fresno Street here in Fresno. Been around since 2011, but you know, the great thing about signing up these restaurants is just showing them, like, look at because we will also build the website. So
wow.
Yeah. What you'll notice, it's a lot. Like I said, all in one marketing platform. So we will build your website, add professional photos and videos to that. So, you know, shout out my photographer, Brett Nelson. So we did the photo shoot for Cocky's today. And basically, once their website is up, you're going to just see beautiful visualizations of the food being created, the people enjoying themselves, having a great time, you know, the bartender mixing up some colorful drinks. So it's very appealing. If you check out any Spot Hopper website, you'll notice, like, that will be the first thing that you notice, that their website is super inviting and appealing.
That's so there's like a Spot Hopper in most of the big towns then.
Yeah. So like I said, they started from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and just pretty much exploded throughout there. So, and we're growing faster than all of the restaurant technologies right now. So there's Easy Cater, there's Yelp, there's Toast, but we're growing faster than all of those technologies for restaurant.
And I think a lot, so is this also something for the person that doesn't have a restaurant? We can all kind of jump on that to see where we want to go?
So right now it's just catering towards restaurants. So you do have to have a restaurant.
So if you're a patron, you want to know where to go though?
You said if you're a pager?
Let me know if you're like a patron that wants to go into a restaurant.
So
what do you do?
Yeah, so basically you would just get the regular information that you would find on Google. So, you know, just Google the name of the restaurant, and then you know how there's that section that will say like website. So as soon as you click on that website, that's where you're going to see us come into play, because you're going to notice how beautiful that website looks. And then when you scroll down at the bottom, you'll see it'll say powered by Spot Hopper. So that's how you know it's a Spot Hopper site.
Oh, that's cool. And I think a lot of times you were always looking at what time like people are open and stuff, because I mean there's a lot of things that are only open on certain days, and we kind of want to know where to go and what to do.
Right. And you know what? The cool thing about this platform is that it will automate that type of information for the restaurant owners, so that when you're Googling them online, those hours will actually reflect their Google business profile. So you're not going to get, misinformation. You're going to get the exact information that you're looking for.
I love that. And your background's pretty unique, because you want to share a little bit about what else you've been doing.
Yeah, so before I began working with Spot Hopper, I was working with the agency, Creatives United. And so what we would do is basically have people come on for lifestyle segments, throughout the news stations out here in the Valley. But also what we were doing is we worked closely with iHeartRadio. So we have opportunities to bring people on to certain radio personalities for interviews, and then we also provide the opportunity to feature anyone from entrepreneurs to musicians into articles. So I write a lot in Medium. I also so I write a lot for Medium, and then but we do features for Forbes magazine. We can do Yahoo magazine. Any of the names that you can think of that are super big, we have it. All the musical magazines, MTV, BET, just anything. So,
and then you were featuring talent from here and some of
I would feature some talent from here. Just to be honest, like I said, a lot of the people that I have interacted with so far have not been from Fresno, but I plan to change that definitely, because I did move away and then come back.
So where'd you move to?
So I just went up the street, really, Sacramento.
Okay.
So I didn't go super far, but now I'm back, and I'm super excited to, just bring something new to the Valley like Spot Hopper, help out these restaurants, but also, feature some entrepreneurs on the podcast. So yeah,
it's an interesting experience. So that's exactly what I did. I lived here and then moved to LA and then moved back, and it's really interesting to kind of bring that back here, a little bit of what you learned out there.
Yeah, and you definitely notice a difference between environments, even if it's just Sacramento's not that far away, but you do notice just a different environment for sure.
Yeah, that's really cool. So then when you were working for the news stations here, giving them little segments, what was that like?
That was interesting. Everybody, I think in some point in time might be on their bucket list that they want to be on TV. So
and that was local. You can only use local people for that.
Well, actually, the thing about that is that we have connections throughout California, so beyond California. So we were working actually a lot with Atlanta, to be honest.
Okay.
So the most work that I would, I guess, do or collab with people would be a lot of iHeart things, so with the radio station out in Atlanta. So I would be working with a lot of musicians who maybe they have an album release party that they want to get going. They want the on-air personality to talk about that, or maybe it'd be an entrepreneur that's out in Atlanta, they want to talk about their product. So it was just pretty much just giving the spotlight to entrepreneurs or to musicians, things like that.
So you have the plug on everything. You have the plug on the musicians,
pretty much.
The food, where to go to hang out. And so we have to follow you. Tell our viewers how they can follow you.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram. It's AriLoveOfficial. It's spelled ARILUV, and then _official. And then if you guys want to follow my food TikTok page, which that's what I would love for you guys to do. You can look me up at foodiebay_Ari, and that's how you find me on TikTok. So I'm here to show you guys the best places to eat. I also cook a little bit on there, show you some recipes.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite kind of food that you cook?
You know what? I love tacos, but I know that sounds super basic.
I love tacos.
So I can make some really great tacos. I can make really great butter chicken. I'm still practicing on how to make naan from scratch, but
wow, that's
I'm
impressive.
like a from scratch person.
I love
I don't
that.
play.
Where's one of your favorite, if you can answer this without upsetting any of your clientele, what's one of your favorite places to eat here?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, Cockies, they hooked me up today. I really enjoy what I do, and the fact that I can just, develop these relationships with these business owners is awesome. But they really did hook it up. We took tons of photos of the menu items, and they were like, yeah, just dig in. So
girl, now that you have a little bit of your own experience, since you're a little bit of a cook, do you ever tell somebody if their food isn't that great?
I try to be subtle with it. I don't.
Because I work at these restaurants, I would think something, and they ask you, because people always ask, and the thing about me, I give my honest opinion if they ask.
Honestly, when people say be honest with me, I will okay, hey, I'm just gonna tell you, you forgot to tap in with the ancestors and have them lead you with the seasoning. You know what I mean? You gotta let the ancestors guide you, and sometimes people don't do that, but we need them to do that. Just forget about the measurements.
It's a seasoning.
Just
missing. Okay.
Forget about the measurements. We don't do measurements. Just let the ancestors guide you. They will tell you when to stop with the salt. They will tell you. So.
I love that, girl. Well, we're going to follow you. If any restaurants are watching this, I want to get your, because I don't know why you wouldn't want to use you if you're a restaurant. I think it's kind of like a necessity.
Yeah, honestly, it's really like a no-brainer to me personally. If I personally owned a restaurant, it's definitely something that I would hop on, because honestly, like I said, it's going to cut the cost with getting all types of marketing services. Everything's in one spot. And honestly, like I said, my 13-year-old, she can operate it from the back end. Super affordable. I've been talking to restaurants who are literally just overpaying just for social media alone. So,
right. And
it's not fair. So, so anybody that wants to get in contact with me about Spot Hopper, they can email me at ariel@spothopper.com. I will get my number out, but I just don't want anyone prank calling me, so we'll keep it at the email.
Sounds good, girl. Thank you so much for coming on my show today.
Oh yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So you have the coolest thing I've ever seen. Is this a thing somewhere else that you brought here?
Yeah, so we used to do this in Vegas.
Okay.
So we loved the idea, so we're like, you know what, let's come to Fresno, where my family is, and let's do this.
You're the only person that does it here, in the Central Valley, right? Because I haven't seen this.
I think there might be a couple other people, but not. Here, maybe
this
Bakersfield.
is the first I've seen it. Okay, so when did this become a thing? Bubble waffle. So it's actually a waffle that you have in the morning for breakfast, and then ice cream. What is it?
This is basically a dessert that you have. You can have in the morning, obviously, because you got the waffle. This is ice cream makes the dessert part, but it's really good after, you know, you eat a meal or something like that. For parties, everything.
That's what I was gonna say. Parties, like all I ever see is like snow cones, stuff like that. But you guys come to the party and you basically essentially bring the party to you.
We make the waffle cones fresh, and then we scoop the ice cream in front of people, give like a live little action for them. And then we top it with any of their toppings. We have Oreo, sprinkles, Cocoa Pebbles. This one has chocolate and Cocoa Pebbles, a plain one, and then Fruity Pebbles with a caramel drizzle.
So this is like an actual freshest waffle cone you could possibly get.
Pretty much. It's really warm. It's nice. It's crisp on the outside. So the bubble part is like fluffy. And then right here, the little inner parts are more like a crisp. So you got a fluffy, crisp bite when you take a bite.
I love your options. What is this, cereal?
Yeah, definitely Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles. We're thinking about throwing some Cinnamon Toast Crunch on there. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So you're kind of open to suggestions when people come and they like, what are some of the crazy ones you've heard lately?
So I actually had someone hit me up. They want to do a edible party. So they want infused edible bubble waffles.
Wow.
So it's like for grown-ups, obviously, 21 and up.
So you get high off the bubble.
Yeah, and chill, relax, and a grown-up party, basically.
That is really
But these
cool.
are also for the kids.
That is so new. I've never even heard of that. So tell us about some of the parties you've done, because you just kind of launched this summer.
Okay, so we did a graduation party up in, like, I want to say northern Fresno. And that was probably for like 90 to 100, no, 100 and what?
150 people.
150 people is what we did, sorry. So 150 people, we pushed it out, they loved us. And then we recently did a birthday party, 2 birthday parties. One in Madero, one here in Fresno. And then we also did some farmers markets.
So do we pay you for, like, per guest? Did they pay you individually, or they pay you for the hour? Like if I wanted to host a party and just give as many as you could, how do you work that out?
Generally, our prices start at like around 300, but we go based off the location, how many people are at the party, and then we give them a time limit and everything. And
okay, so you are getting down to like give it to everybody that's there,
Yeah.
pretty much. Okay, perfect. That's really cool.
we've had people come like for thirds, seconds, and fifths. So it's like bang, bang. And some people wanted like 2 full whole ones, so we give them 2 full whole ones.
Where are they putting this? I could barely, I could never finish the full big one. But okay, so I love that you're offering the minis. Explain that people couldn't finish the full. Is that where you started with the minis?
Yeah.
Was it you had to like, there's kids.
We had a problem where like people were like, oh, this is too much, and they were just throwing it away. And then they're like, well, let's do it in half for the kids, And you're eating in general, so you're gonna get full. So it's nice to have like a small dessert versus a big dessert, which is kind of heavy.
And it's like a meal. I mean, this can actually be like kind of like a meal replacement. I mean, this is like.
Yeah, for the morning time. Some people actually have ordered just the waffle itself, and then probably throw syrup on it or something like that.
Yeah, because you have bubble. How do you get like a bubble waffle machine? They don't really sell that like around, right? It's like
They
something
don't. You have to order it on special order online.
So it's kind of made just for this, huh?
Yeah, just exactly for this. Costs a pretty penny, so we have a few machines that we work with. We're looking to get more machines for when we go bigger, and like hopefully like the Fresno State Fair.
Wow. And so what's the end game? Are you going to have your own bubble waffle shop?
Yeah, we want a food cart and everything.
Oh my goodness, that'll be so exciting. And so you do other food, and we can elaborate into some other stuff that you would do. You do meal preps as well, right?
I do meal preps, yes. Mainly for a bunch of gym guys or people in general. I have like a pretty good following or group of people that order from me.
So we go from very healthy to very unhealthy.
Yes.
What would you like on yours?
Okay, what do people usually do?
Ooh, I think the most popular one is probably the Oreos and caramel.
Oh, I love that. That sounds
But
great.
recently we've added a strawberry sauce to ours, and so strawberry goes really great by itself, or some people like to top it off with Fruity Pebbles.
I love Oreos, so.
Do you like Oreos and caramel?
Sure. Well, yeah, I could do the Oreos and strawberry. Is that weird to do strawberry and chocolate?
So it's
No,
yours. You can
strawberry
get as
chocolate
creative as you want. If you wanted to add them all, I could add them all for you.
Yeah, I like the Oreos. We'll do the Oreos.
You got it.
We'll keep it fun and keep it simple. So that's cool. So people can actually kind of have their own toppings. I can see you guys doing weddings too. That'd kind of be interesting.
Ooh, we actually kind of got booked for quinceañera as well.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, way in advance, like a year in advance.
Okay, so this is really soft and flaky, like you said. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. It's like a fresh waffle. And waffles have always been one of my favorite things to eat.
Nice.
And so you've been cooking forever. How long have you been a chef?
Officially, I want to say Over a decade, actually, yeah. 10 years.
So you've lived in Vegas. Where else have you lived?
Salt Lake City. I was a sous chef in Salt Lake City. And then before that, I was cooking in oil fields in Texas. And then as a kid, I grew up in a restaurant. So my family's had a restaurant since I was 3 years old. So I've been in the industry for like my whole life. And I've been cooking since I was about 8.
Oh my God.
So.
That's amazing. I love how the flakes are really little in the Oreo too. You do that, you crush it up?
We crush it up, yeah. It's the way it sticks on there better versus like big chunks. No one wants a big old chunk of Oreo falling off or, just when they bite into it. Like
do you guys ever do cookie dough?
Ooh, we have not done cookie dough yet.
That's one of my favorite things, like the cookie dough.
We do offer like different types of ice cream for our guests. Like if they want a special order of certain ice creams, we'll do it. Like one of them was
rainbow sherbet.
Rainbow sherbet, and then chocolate. So we have like a whole list of ice creams that we can offer.
It seems like it takes a while to make. Do you have like a line out the door when you guys?
So we usually have multiple machines that are going.
Oh, okay. That's how we have the multiple machines.
And that's why we do the little halfers. So 4 people at a time. So we got 8 that we could push out, basically.
And then you also collab at other restaurants. Your other restaurants kind of hire you, right?
Correct.
To do these as well, as like a novelty thing, or like breweries or whatever.
Oh yeah, like the 559, we were able to do it there. That was fun. It was a good new experience.
At some places are just bars that don't have any food. So did they ever reach out to you to have these as well?
Not yet. But we're looking more into getting more events.
So where do we follow you on social?
You follow us on Instagram or Facebook at the Waffle Crew 559.
The Waffle Crew 559. Do you guys are the only ones that do it in the 559?
We have I guess this.
And we have to kind of get on it because you're kind of getting double booked.
Yeah. Sometimes we post up next to taco trucks because we have our permits and everything. So we post up, and sometimes we get booked that same day or the next day. So. And
street eats, have you been doing that too?
We have not. We're currently looking into street eats as well.
Because you don't have a truck yet.
Yeah. So we're looking at like places that allow us to have a tent.
Oh, okay.
So we have a generator. We hook our machine up to a generator.
You bring I love how you bring the whole thing, and it really doesn't take up that much space.
It does not. It fits in my little car.
Oh my goodness,
I got
that
a
is
Kia.
So cool. Wow. That's impressive. And so you just go along and make bubble waffles too?
Yep.
How'd you get into all this?
So we've been friends in Vegas, and we kind of wanted to start a business together. So, we both like bubble waffles, and we thought it was a great idea. And like he said, we don't see a lot of people doing it here, or almost nobody doing it out here.
I've never seen anyone do it here, so.
So we decided to bring it out here and, start it.
Bring some of Vegas with us.
And so what do you think of the Central Valley compared to Vegas?
It's humid. Vegas is that dry heat. Well, you got that humidity heat out here. So it's a bit different. I like the vibes. People are friendly. I have a lot of family out here, and there's like a lot more trees in Vegas. So it's definitely a change.
Oh, so in Vegas they were kind of doing it all year round.
Yeah.
And then here this is like, we're doing it what's up. Well, it's hot like half the year here anyway.
Yeah. And we plan to bring other stuff here. Like we do other desserts and other meals. So this is like step, I guess, 2, because I did meal prep. So step 1, and this is step 2. So we want to build into more things.
And you just go from like super healthy to super fun, like.
Yes.
And then weddings, you're down to book weddings as well?
I'm definitely down to book a wedding, if we get booked. Hopefully we get booked.
That'd be fun to have a whole wedding cake full of bubble waffles.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be great.
What's one of the weirdest requests you've gotten so far with all of this?
I don't know, what do you think, Jynx?
I think when everybody puts everything that we have, because we have the Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, Oreos, caramel, chocolate, and sprinkles. And honestly, I think all of those, I guess, could go together. But now that we added the strawberry, I feel like, no, you either have strawberry by itself or with the Fruity Pebbles, but not with everything. But yeah, some people say, yeah, throw strawberry in there too. I'm like, okay. So I don't know. I think that's.
What about sour candy?
We looked into sour candy, but the problem with sour candy is when you put it on something cold, it gets hard.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a bummer.
And this just gets softer and softer, which is just, oh my gosh, like melts in your mouth. Okay, so you have the big one. Who actually finishes? Have you ever finished your own big one, D? Have you ever finished a big one?
I finished one of these big bubble waffles.
Entirely? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Sometimes we've gotten 2. Like I just had a craving for a bubble waffle. I was like, let's make bubble waffles right now.
Jynx, how many of these have you had in your time?
Me? I mean, I can eat a full one all by myself, but I can't eat 2 all at once. Maybe like I'll have one now, and then maybe an hour or so later I'll have another one.
And so on social, do you guys tell us when you're going to be? So when you're going to like a public event that everyone could be at, you let us know.
Correct. We post on the story and the reel, and then the actual post. We just post when we are.
So we know in advance, so we can actually go and like load up.
We kind of post when we're there, not when we're about to be there. Sometimes we do it when we're about to be there, but usually we do it when we're there.
So the Fresno Fair is something that we can actually go to and do and everything?
If we get booked for Fresno Fair, yes.
So that's what you're working on right now?
Yeah, we're working on to get into the Fresno Fair.
Oh my gosh, that'd be great, because all they ever have is like churros, huh?
Yeah. We actually tried doing the flea markets, and they're like, well, we don't have room for more desserts. Or we don't want any more desserts. And they're like, what did they say, Jynx?
So we told them we wanted to do bubble waffles, but they said they weren't really looking into getting more food since they had enough food. But I just thought it was funny because you see all these little multiple churro stands everywhere. They got one here, one over there, and every single corner. I'm like, and you're telling me you don't have enough room for like something new?
And that's all, like I said, that's all I ever see at these events are churros.
Yeah.
They don't even have funnel cakes anymore. So this is actually like people that have a craving for a funnel cake. This is kind of like a next level funnel cake too.
Mm-hmm. We were also actually thinking of maybe, getting a churro, cutting it up into like little pieces and putting it in the ice cream too, churro bubble waffle.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless, huh?
Yeah, we're trying new things here and there, different like flavoring. We want to do like a matcha one as well, a matcha bubble waffle. I love matcha. The matcha green tea.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. That'd be an interesting taste. All right, so what are you making now? You're going to make the big one?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. We have an eater that's going to have the big one.
You know what? I'll do one of everything.
One of everything. There you go.
One of everything that we talked about that
and
nobody was
I
going
have
to
to ask, even the strawberry?
All right, we'll keep that out since you said
You need to talk people out. And people ask you, I bet a lot of times, what pairs well, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Or sometimes they'll ask me what my favorite is, but
So what's your favorite then?
The Oreos. Classic Oreos. But I'll either have it with the caramel or chocolate. So that's the only thing I change up, but it's always Oreos. They're delicious.
And then some people just want it plain, huh, with vanilla.
Yeah, we've had a few. I'm just like, really? You don't want me to add anything? They're like, no, just like that. I'm like, okay, here you go.
And what about the so sometimes you do chocolate ice cream or strawberry ice cream if people have their preference?
I don't think I've ever had anyone do chocolate by themselves. It's usually chocolate and Oreo, chocolate and Cocoa Puffs, or chocolate and
So nobody
caramel.
asked for chocolate ice cream on it?
No. Not that I think. Have you seen anybody?
No. If anything, we get like people asking for non-dairy.
Yeah, non-dairy. Or
You have that?
We do not. But we can find some for like they book ahead of time.
Oh, that's right on.
Yeah. And then we usually get asked if we have cookies and cream. I was like, well, if you throw Oreos on top of the vanilla ice cream, you got cookies and cream.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
And then they start laughing.
Okay, so is that one almost done?
It's going to be just a little bit longer.
Just a little bit. You're going to get it all fresh like me. Oh my goodness.
It's going to be nice and warm.
Oh, there we go. I knew it. I just had that sense. I always know when it's right about to beep.
Just a little bit longer.
The beeping sense. Oh my goodness. Non-dairy. Oh yeah, there's a lot of lactose intolerant people.
Yeah. They do have those water ice creams.
Well, you can give them the bubble waffle part.
Yeah.
Do you ever bring like just the regular toppings for waffles in general, like the syrup and stuff?
Yeah, we do.
So yeah, they could do that if they
caramel
can't.
chocolate.
If they're lactose intolerant.
Yeah, at the birthday party event that we actually had one person just want the waffle by itself.
Well, when I first had this, when you were making it, I think I had the waffle by itself.
I think so, yeah. But I think you also had it cold because it was just.
But what's with and why is it so flavorful? To me, this is like more flavor than an actual waffle. Why is it a bubble waffle have more flavor than?
Well, we infuse also like French vanilla in there.
Really? That's what's giving it that extra kick?
And it pairs well with the vanilla ice cream.
So if we want to book you, do we talk to you only on social media, or do you have a number that we can call?
I prefer social media, to be honest.
So you'll be the Waffle Crew 559. We can just right away we get a response from you.
Pretty much within the hour.
Well, that's amazing. Oh my goodness! You're gonna get all of the flakes from each cereal.
Gotta try it out.
Okay. I thought of one, the Captain Crunch. I love Captain Crunch. You're gonna do the Captain Crunch one?
Yeah, Captain Crunch.
And then they have one with just the crunch berries. Like that'll be an interesting one as well too.
And then what would you like? Oh, you said everything, right? Except for strawberry.
It's the everything special.
Gotta test it out.
And so when you guys get super busy, what's the deal? Are you guys ever gonna separate? She goes to one place to do bubble waffles, or you can't because of the that thing.
Well, if we ever get super busy, we plan to actually already have more machines. So if we need to split up, we can split up. Like if we have a food cart, then one person will stay at the food cart, and then the other person will go to the party.
Oh, that's smart. Oh my goodness. We gotta keep us, and you guys will keep us posted on social media when you're gonna be there, the Waffle Crew.
Correct. We'll post it on our story and everything.
Oh my gosh, I did miss out by not getting the drizzle. Wow, this looks so impressive. Look at how she makes, she's just so fast and so like, that's what happens when you just keep doing this, huh? It's like it's second nature. So we're all putting you on the spot now. I'm so enamored by this, I'm like. Oh my God, we gotta see you take your first
since
bite.
it's warm, so.
That look, that heaven, like, I hear angels in the background singing,
That's delicious.
I ate all of mine. Well, thank God you put the mini out there, so now I can finish all mine. Thank you guys so much for coming on my show today.
Thank you very much for having us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on my show today, guys.
Thank you, Ms. Barker.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so tell my viewers who you are and what you do and what you're trying to do, because you're doing some cool things going on right now.
Okay, well, I'll start off with me first. My name is Samuel J. Vargas. I'm an entrepreneur, and that's what has attracted me here at the CMAC building. And I'm also a part of the Dream Again project with Mr. Hersey over here. So that's how I've come here, and you know, that's where I'm at, you know. So
Okay.
then I got all my partners right here, right? Let's start off with you.
Okay, my name's Taezon Brooks, and as he said, we had with the Dream Again project. For me personally, I was grateful to meet this guy because he's taught me a lot, and I got to meet these guys through him.
So what has he taught you?
Well, he's taught me what the real definition of entrepreneur means, you know. Originally, I thought entrepreneur was basically about how you can benefit from or create a business and, you know, get all the things from it. But he's like, well, being an entrepreneur is being the solution to someone's problem. And so that changed my whole perspective on how I should go about business and interacting with people, you know, because there is problems that people need help with and need to be fixed. And so your mindset shouldn't be what you can get from them, but what can you give to them.
I love that. That is really
That's
good.
what I'm saying. I like this guy, man. I like this
He
guy.
said he learned that from you, but he put it in the best words, right?
That was good. That was good, brother. Yeah.
And then we'll go in the back.
Got bit.
So I'm Bisman. Basically, who brought me here was Samuel again, and we met in a modeling class. And which brought me closer to Taezon, and then Samuel. And then from Samuel, we learned about Antwon. He said, my mentor, who knew everything about like setting up businesses. Same mindset. He saw my mindset. He said, I like you. And from there, that's how I got to meet with all these great people.
My name's Joshua. I met him at a commercial shoot by Regal. I actually met him through a guy named Tim. He actually knows him either too. This is my boy Bisman. Me and him always have like the same mentality about business and stuff like that. And he brought me into like a group and like introduced me to this guy and this guy. And basically that's how I like got in contact, and now like we're all together. Like.
My name is Antaiwn Evans, and what brought us here was Samuel's vision to be in front of the camera. He wanted to be in front of the camera, and I was like, you know what? And he was like, man, record me and this, and I said, you know what? We need to get to the CMAC building. I need to get you over to Hersey. I was interviewed by Sparkle a year ago and everything like that on the, you know, at the building, at the CMAC building. And so I got him over here and got these guys over here, and we got with the Dream Again project with Hersey in the building, and then here we are.
So who wants to shed light and tell our viewers what the Dream Again project is?
You want to start this one?
I can't say it as good as Hersey, but the point of the Dream Again project is basically to kind of show Fresno that you know, and try to help people revitalize their dream again, right? That's the whole point of the name, is that a lot of people, you know, they get caught up with the life they're working, and they kind of just forget the whole purpose of your whole life and what you've been dreaming of as like a kid. You know, you kind of forget that dream. So what we're trying to do is we're kind of trying to revitalize people's dreams, right? So if you're young, if you're old, or maybe I shouldn't say old, if you're seasoned, I should say, right? It doesn't matter. Everybody has a dream, you know, and some of us just pursue it, and some of us kind of don't pursue it.
So most of us forget about like what we intentionally want to do from the beginning, you know.
It gets hard when you have to like work, and then you're
older,
like,
So now you're like in a state of survival. You're not really thinking about your dreams and your visions anymore. You're like, I have to do what must be done in order to live and survive. And so, as he said, Hersey was playing it better because it's his vision. And that's what brought all of us together, was his vision. And we all have a vision that's linear and in the same alliance to what we want to do as well. So it was really a blessing to not only meet these guys, but also meet Hersey. And I can't wait for him to come out and explain more about what his Dream Again project is. He told us a little bit about it, but it's much bigger than what I thought it was until I met him. And he's like, I really have something I want to do here. And Fresno is one of these places where most people don't view as being somewhere you can go and thrive. You know, there's a lot of good things in this town, and this place alone is like a hidden gem. So being part of this experience and getting to learn from these different individuals with different backgrounds, personalities, has always been it's been a core memories for me as well, and it's helped me overcome a lot of self-consciousness, subconsciousness, and a lot of different personal problems as well. It's very healing to get around people who remind you of who you were as a kid and also where you're gonna go. You get around certain groups of people, they'll make you forget who you are, especially in the world. They'll tell you who you are, and now it's like, well, we're gonna take back the narrative of our own lives and explain who we are, not only to the world but to each other. And so that's gonna create a movement that you can be yourself and you can enjoy your own presence, and people will gravitate toward you like a magnet, and you guys will be able to create things together. And it's just like as I always said, domino effect. You know, you spread this positivity, this love, and this light to every single person around you, then it just falls back on everybody else.
Oh, that is so well said. No, I'm so glad that you guys are doing this. And my experience with Fresno is I was born and raised here, then I moved away for 15 years in LA, did all that, came back here. And then, you know, this is like a whole new Fresno to me. And the opportunities that are here now were not present then. And so a lot of people don't know what there is to offer. Like I said, I've been doing this show for almost 5 years, and I'm always meeting new people, like just even meeting you guys. It's like you think, oh, you've met everybody, and it's not. And like I'm really big in the acting modeling community, and I didn't know you guys. Where did you guys do your modeling classes at?
Well, actually, so there's actually a place here that I found it on Google. I just looked up modeling agencies in Fresno. It's the only one that pops up. You'll see it.
So what's it called?
It's called K Agency.
Okay.
Yes.
But she has also Inspired Talent. So it's like.
So Inspired Talent is actually the school that she has.
Okay.
So she provides training for people who want to become models.
I am familiar with that. Okay.
Yes. So that's her school for the models, up and coming models. Her agency is K Agency.
And then the acting, who is doing? You were doing that. So where did you do that also at K Models?
Yeah, K Model does both of them.
Oh, okay. So
they teach you. They do modeling and acting at the same time.
It's all three of us, and they like go through like all this ins and outs of the industry and what to expect and everything. They prep you in the Inspire part, and then when you're ready, as Samuel said, you go to K Agency.
I love that. And then when did you guys get any kind of jobs yet? Any print work? Not
yet, but I believe you said you had a couple of jobs you submitted for.
Yeah, well, I've gotten a few auditions. I haven't got any hired yet. But the reason why I actually even came back to modeling was because when I was younger, I was approached when I was about 18, and then it kind of in my head, it wasn't dead yet. That kind of dream that I had when I was young, because I wanted to be in the TV, I wanted to be in front of the screen. It came back when I'm the age I'm at right now, 23. I'm like, hey, you know what? I should have pursued that, should have done that. And I'm just like, I gotta find the people. And that's the biggest thing. I feel like that's the biggest gap where people fail. Is like, you have something and you try to go after it on your own, you're just gonna go through trial and error, and it, sometimes it can be discouraging. The best way to do it is to find people that have the same vision as you, right? And that's kind of somewhere where I'm at, where I found a lot of people with a similar vision, and it's like, hey, why are we doing it alone? Why don't we partner up, we do it together? Mm-hmm. And now you got somebody to conversate while you're on the ride over there to success. So it's like, now that's where we're all at. We're all in the same vehicle. We're in a bus now. You know, before we were riding in a bicycle, pedaling all around. Now we got a bus. Mm-hmm. So it's a more enjoyable conversation.
To have a community-based thing, and it's not only to cut you off, but as my guy in the back was saying, that if your dream is not, if you can accomplish your dream by yourself, it's too small. So if you can get to your dreams by yourself, you're not dreaming big enough. And that's one thing I learned from Antwon. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so now it's like, okay, now I have to really be more mindful of that. You know, I have all these bright ideas, he has all these bright ideas, he has these bright ideas, everyone does, but if you don't have a community of people that support you and also are gonna be there for you along the way, then you will never get there, because now you're gonna like think you have to do everything on your own. You don't. There's people out there that obviously have the same thing you wanna do in mind, and they just don't have the right resources to start, or the right mentality behind where they're gonna go, like they don't have the step. So making a mistake would be like the first step, and also trying to go out and branch out and talk to some people, because you never know who's around, or never know you're gonna meet.
Yeah, you never know when you're gonna see Sparkle coming out of her car in the parking lot, and then she gonna be like,
great time, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, that's what happens. And it's funny because we were just talking about, it's like these kind of things just happen out of nowhere, and you gotta be ready. If you're not ready, then guess what? The opportunities just go like that. They're here and they're there, and you can either catch the ball, run with it, or you can miss the catch, and then you missed your whole opportunity.
Right, I'm sure we all have a story about missed opportunities that we weren't ready.
Yeah,
so.
we can go down that path. That's gonna be a long story.
So now we know to be ready.
Yeah, you gotta be.
I just want to add on to what Samuel said. So, it's always that we have our dream that we start off with, right? Like, since we're our younger selves, we always start off with that dream, and it's just that we never take action to pursue it. And so that's why I feel like all of us right here, we all wanted to pursue that dream. For me, I wanted to do it since I was 12, right? I always wanted to be on TV too. And then you start getting people telling you got to start thinking logically, how you going to get there. It's this, that. They tell you all these bad, negative things about it. And then they don't tell you all the good things too, because they just want to show you all the bad things. They want to set you up with like what everyone else is doing, like the regular society. And so it's just that we forget about those dreams and we just never come back to it. That's why I feel like the Dream Again project that we have going on right now, it's like, it's getting us back to that mentality, like we can do anything we could put our mind to.
I love that. And so a big problem, so I don't know if this could kind of branch over. I really hope this does branch over. You guys are a group of men. I would love to see this kind of pass on to a group of ladies, because I notice, I love everything you're saying is absolutely correct. It's better to all be a team, do it together than individually. There's so much competition. Women tend to be a little more competitive than men in that type of realm. So it's really hard to get people together to where it's like you're not looking at each other as a threat, and you're looking at each other as someone to build up. And I'm looking at you guys all as individuals. Like I wouldn't, if I was casting something, it would be like, I wouldn't be like, oh, we have him, so we can't use this one. So, I understand the big picture. Like how can we get that mentality to go across to everybody?
I like how you said that, explain that. There is like a lot of competition. So we're all one team, one family, and there's not one size fits all type of category for us. So we understand we all have our own purpose, right? We all have our own vehicle, as we were talking about earlier. We all have our own gifts. And so each of us are individually part of this same machine. And so we all fit into our own category, and we bring something different, something unique to the group. So we're not looking at each other as competition as well. It's like, well, what can I learn from my brother to my right, or the guys behind me that I haven't really looked at? It changes your perspective on what you should really do, instead of like, okay, well, how can I beat him?
Right.
Because it ultimately comes down to this. If you're somebody who feels like you have to compete with somebody else, then you're obviously at a loss. Because you feel like they're persons above you, or in some way they're a threat to you. So we're not each other's threats. We're actually teammates, right? Yeah. And I want to see all these guys. I root for all these guys, right? I want to see all of them win, because I'm like, oh, that guy, my brother's winning. So that's, to me, is motivation for me to become better, instead of saying, you know what, I want to pull him down because I see him shining. You know, there's a lot of people in your community that want to take you down before you can start, because when you walk in a room, sometimes people can sense your God-given gift or your potential. And so for most people, it hurts them to see that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see that happen to anybody else, where you have people around you that try to take that from you.
Oh, that's great. I would love to get this, to really like to go across, like I said, you know, you could bring this mentality to schools, to just all these communities, because that's I think that's a very big problem, especially in the entertainment industry.
Yes,
you guys are going,
definitely.
it's very like competitive, and so I love what you guys are bringing. Is that something that you guys are learning in the, what's the name of it again?
Inspire kid management. You can say kid management.
No, but the dream. What's the
Dream Again project?
Dream Again
yeah.
project. Is this part? Is this something that you're branching off to, like, kind of say, or is this part of the Dream Again project mentality?
Certainly,
Yep.
and
Part of it,
yeah, it's definitely part of it. But again, as you said, we kind of all naturally have this. So, a lesson I learned in life is that it's more easier to try to be comfortable with yourself, because there's other personalities you see on television and stuff like that, and of course, obviously, you know, women are more in competition with each other. Well, they're gonna definitely learn later on the line that this whole time while I was competing with you, I was missing out on a lot of different things. You know,
Yep.
I feel like you have learned by experience. You have to learn by going through life and actually going through those hardships to understand. We're all walking experiences of we all probably been there, like competitive. I used to play sports. I used to be competitive, you know, and it can sharpen you. Like I always say, like, iron sharpens iron to each other, like as a mentality. So we all have our own drive to us, and our own different interpersonal skills and things we bring to the table. So we have to be the example of what that looks like. And the people around us, they're gonna see us thrive, and they're gonna be like, you know what? Well, I gotta change my mindset. I'm always about changing the mindsets of how we think, reprogramming the brain, reprogramming the psychological part of how we're gonna view people in general. Mm-hmm. And so they're gonna see how we're able to be successful together, and we don't have to take from somebody else's boat. You don't have to take from somebody else's plate.
You don't gotta step on somebody's head to get up. Mm-hmm. Right, and to be honest, it's just like there's nothing wrong with competing, right? But the problem is how you're competing. You shouldn't be competing with people. You should be competing with the person you see in that mirror every day to try to get that person better and sharper, and so that you can win. You know, so that's the biggest thing. It's like there's nothing wrong with competing. Just do it in the right mannerism. You know what I mean?
Integrity.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's about sharpening iron. When we're together, it's all about what can he teach me? 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 And that's how you become a good coach in the future, right? If you want to be a good coach, you got to be a good student, right? And in order for you to get to that point where you're able to help other people, you got to be able to be helped, right? So for you to help people, you have to be helped first. You have to help yourself. You know, so that's what we're trying to show people, and it's not only just the Dream Again project, but just as a person. And when you talk to people, you know, kind of just that should be your personality. Help yourself so that you can help other people. You know, people see being selfish, but the selfish is just a word, and it's all how you use it is how you use it. They're selfish as you can be the person that, you know, you have enough to feed everybody, but you don't want to give nobody.
Right.
Right? Or you can be selfish as, hey, look, I have only a certain amount of food and I'm starving and everyone else is starving, but I can't feed everybody. I can't help everybody if I'm starving, if I'm dying of hunger. I can't go and hunt and go get food if I'm starving. So I'm gonna take this little slice first, and then I'm gonna come back with more food. So there's different ways of being selfish. That's how I see it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you can't save somebody. Another example is you can't save somebody who's drowning when you're drowning.
Right.
Help yourself first. Swim to shore first. Grab the life jacket. Hey, catch. I'm gonna reel you back in. You know.
And this Dream Again project, how do people get on board with that? People are watching like, sounds really cool. How can we be a part of it?
Pull up to the CMAC building. Pull up to the CMAC building. We're here. We're here. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see either one of these individuals, these bright individuals, or you're gonna meet Mr. Hersey. All right. So.
Is there a time you guys all meet though? Is there who do we inquire all of it?
We meet on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Perfect.
On Tuesday at 1 o'clock.
Tell them.
You know, we come down here and we get together with Hersey, and then we're just building this thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing.
And you guys are looking for more people to
We're
build?
looking for more.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Down here in Fresno.
Yeah. Right down here at the CMAC building.
Yep. Yeah. So that's what we're here, and then that's what has attracted all of us together. And don't get us wrong, we have women on our team. There's women, they're just not here presently right now.
I ran into you guys, but they were not in the parking lot, right?
Yeah, they're not in the parking lot. Yeah.
And then you've been a little quiet back there.
Yeah.
He's the talker right here.
Oh, you are the talker when this.
Yeah.
So do you want to so which one of you guys? I heard some of you guys might start doing some interviews and stuff like that. What's going on?
So it was this guy, and then he's trying. You start your YouTube channel?
I'm working on starting a YouTube channel. I'm just getting everything situated and just getting enough content to not run dry.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's one of the biggest things when people become content creators is that they produce content first, they get like the hype, and then they end up running dry. They don't have enough. They run out of ideas, and it's kind of like
Right.
Can you tell them the name of your show and the vision of the show and what's going on and what we've been doing?
So the name of the show, I'm just gonna give you the initials. Is ET, right? And it stands for something else. It's a off-brand of our leads group, which is actually Evolution Global Marketing Group.
Okay.
Right, which is a leads group that we have, right, and where we bring all these business owners in it. But ET, what it does, what we're trying to do is we're trying to redefine the definition of entrepreneurship. It seems in this life and how we're living currently, entrepreneurship is just some word that people just say to mean big things, and they don't really have a good definition to it. But it's like, no, that means something. To be an entrepreneur, it means something. You started a journey, and not only that, you follow through with that journey, and now you have something to show for. But along that journey, what you were able to do is where you were able to help people. You were able to fix a problem, right? And when you're able to fix problems, that's when you get paid, right?
Very true.
So that's what entrepreneurship means to me, right? You fix a problem, you get paid. And if you find a way to fix multiple problems, guess what? You really gonna get paid.
And it definitely builds up the value. So yeah.
So that's just kind of what I've been able to learn by hanging around the right people. And making the right connections, and meeting people like Rich Chocolate back there. That's Rich Chocolate. I call him Rich Chocolate.
I didn't know your nickname, man.
That's it. I just exposed
Rich Chocolate right here. Got our Uncle Sam right here.
Right here.
Hey, they call me B-Man the boss.
I love this. I'm following all of you guys on Instagram. Everybody will too. Your Instagrams are up right now. So I can't wait to see what you guys do, and I can't wait to see you guys every Tuesday at the CMAC building.
Yes, ma'am. We're going to be seeing you for sure.
Thank you so much for coming on my show today. This is such a treat.
Of course. Thank you.
Likewise, it's a pleasure to be here.
Felt right in the moment, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh, I must confess, dear, don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do, and there's no more use in running, no more running to you, and I don't want your love. loving. I don't wanna be just friends, knowing all this time we were playing pretend. Playing pretend. Playing pretend. Ooh, playing pretend. Hey.
It's a mystery.